take this thing off. And before I really get started here, the class of 2014 just smile really, really quickly. 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 24 is my Instagram name. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Mooney, administrators, Mr. Pernick, Mrs. Torres, the entire Schreiber faculty, friends, family, and of course my fellow graduates. Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of the graduating class of 2014. You see, when preparing to deliver a speech of this magnitude, one must do a lot of research to ensure that he or she understands how these things usually go. So I looked online and found 10 different videos. All were valedictorians bragging about how they built space shuttles before they could walk. And each gave their keys to success, basically telling the audience how to be like them and live a happy, healthy life. And considering that my greatest achievement in high school was watching somebody else bowl a perfect game, I feel as if I'm a bit unqualified to give you a list of Murphy's keys to success. Instead, I'd like to answer a question that has been asked by every single parent, teacher, politician, news anchor, store owner, tutor, or any other adult who's had the privilege of interacting with a member of Generation Y. I'm going to answer the question, what is wrong with kids these days? It's supposed to be funny. And in short, as I look out towards this extremely intelligent and attractive graduating class, I can safely say that the answer is absolutely nothing. But, future reference, clap at any time, feel free, please. But as I've learned during my time here at Schreiber, an answer to a question must always have an explanation. So if you will all give me a minute of your time, I'd like to list the 3 major things that are absolutely right with this generation everyone seems so worried about. First off, we have great taste in music. Kendrick Lamar, B.O.B., Miley Cyrus, and Kanye West are all great poets who truly speak to the heart. Forget Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA and the Beatles' Let It Be, for they are noise in comparison to great social commentaries such as the Chainsmokers hit #selfie. But what's even better about our generation is that we don't just stop at making an original song, we feel the need to remix that song in an attempt to make it even better. Why settle for the boring old All of Me when you can have, and this is a real song title, ladies and gentlemen, John Legend's All of Me Tiesto's Special Birthday Treatment Remix. You find ways to reinvent the wheel time and time again. And according to the Billboard Hot 100, you seem to be doing a pretty good job. Secondly, there are many who seem to think that today's young adults are misinformed when it comes to the world around them. Whether it is the forthcoming death of the newspaper or the ratings drop of news programs, adults are very concerned with our lack of awareness. Well, adults, you have it all wrong. You see, we may not read the New York Times with our burnt toast and black cup of coffee on the table, but we love to know about what's happening in the world, as long as the information is given to us in a list or quiz form. See, 12 kittens reacting to Putin invading Russia is a much more interesting headline than White House ready to host correspondence dinner. We don't need the paper. We have smartphones and tablets. We don't need the New York Times. We have Upworthy and BuzzFeed. We have an entire world of information in our pockets at all times, and you can't tell me that that's a bad thing. In fact, by the time that this speech is over, the entire graduating class could have read some books, solved a few math questions, and reached a new level on Candy Crush. While my mother, on the other hand, this is really fun. Well, my mother, on the other hand, thinks that the Apple iCloud only works when it's raining. I love you, Mom. So, adults, we may not have newspapers in front of us, but that doesn't mean we don't know what's happening. And finally, on a more serious note, there's something that adults always seem to overlook. Our generation cares more about the future of our world than any generation has before us. At younger ages than ever, kids are advocating for what they believe in. And it is no different here at Schreiber. We've had students lobby to get a skate park built. We've had students advocate for the rights of the LGBT community. Students have even had open debates about the curriculum, or about what political figures should be allowed on our walls. We've raised thousands of dollars for cancer research and for environmental causes. We have students who actually care about whether or not the budget passes. No longer do kids say, I want, kids say, let's do. So adults, fear not. You may be worried about the future, but that's only because you haven't given us a chance to prove you wrong. This group with whom I've had the pleasure of growing up with and learning with are the smartest, most energetic people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. So the next time anyone asks, what is wrong with kids these days, you can do one of two things. First, you can take out your phone, go on YouTube, and look up really attractive guy gives awesome graduation speech in Fort Washington, New York. Thank you. Or you can take a good look at the class of 2014. A class of Intel semifinalists and National Merit Scholarship winners. A class of artists and musicians, aspiring businessmen and women. A class of people who will be successful because they want to be, not because they have to be. A class that knows that this great community will always have their arms open to them. We are the graduating class of 2014. We want to change the world, and just because we listen to rap music and would rather twerk than do a waltz, doesn't mean we aren't ready to do so. So finally, thank you, Fort Washington. Thank you, Schreiber High School. And congratulations to the graduating class of 2013.